years of service to Cheltenham Township.
You know, that would be such a... I could just name a township, and you could give a vague description of an incident. And
I can. I can. I mean, we have had all kinds of things happen.
Any weird animal incidents?
Well, animal. You have to understand, if the mice go up and chew your air conditioner line apart, you've got no coverage because of vermin and animals damage is not covered under an insurance policy.
They eat some of the ABS boats.
I know. It's tough. We've had boat claims where they've hit rocks. Well, rocks are inherently in streams and creeks and rivers. We've had fire trucks run off the road. We've had them roll over. We've had terrible things happen. We've had them catch fire. I'm thinking of a story that happened in my own department in Glenside 30-plus years ago when the driver and myself, we were running out to Cheltenham Square Mall. And, I'm sorry, the old Corvettes. Corvettes. Now, that takes you back. That tells you how long ago this was. And we're running out there, and two little kids on the corner, probably 10, 12 years old, are pointing to us, saying, "Your fire truck's on fire." And it was. Underneath, the fire truck was on fire. It was our 1974 Seagraves ladder truck, open cab, and it was on fire. No question. So, you know, nothing that our emergency service personnel can get into that we haven't been into with somebody else somewhere else.
Do you see with these larger mega trucks and it's across the county, it seems like when one department gets a bigger truck, the next one gets a bigger, and they're just getting they're just getting giant. Do you see the problem with people? I see them just squeaking them in the firehouses.
Yeah. And
I think, how many people have had to learn the hard lesson of, if that tarmac isn't plowed and I'm backing that truck in and the tank isn't full of water and it's a little higher on the springs and there's a little snow, have you had people backing in the doors?
Look, if I was not in the insurance business,
you'd be in the door.
I would be in the garage door business and Motorola radio business, because they're the two places we've got losses. But, you know, also got to think about this. Subaru, Toyota, and Honda really don't make fire trucks. So we're dealing with Seagraves, Pierce, Spartan. We're dealing with big truck manufacturers that make big trucks. And why are they big? Because of the regulations that they have to put on. NFPA has put so many regulations on. Somebody told me the other day the average brand new fire truck coming out of the factory has 35 to 50 warning labels on it. Stickers. It's amazing. Don't do this, do that, don't step here, that kind of stuff.
There was a fire truck, and I'm not going to say where, but I saw recently, and it was beautiful. They're all beautiful. I think every fire truck is beautiful. And they lit this thing up. Now, I like lights, but they lit this thing up, and I thought showgirls were going to come out.
Oh, because they had the lights on the aerial tower? Yeah, you can get them in red, you can get them in white, you can get them in blue, orange, I've seen. It helps the firefighter find their footing.
Yeah, it was just there was.
And they are all LED now.
Right, and I think back on trucks that had, two incandescent bulbs when you open a door, and how that was a big deal.
Oh, look, it was a big deal. I can remember. You have to understand my father, my uncle, and my grandfather were all firefighters. My grandfather was a firefighter in the city of Philadelphia on what they called the Philadelphia Fire Reserve. My uncle, who was my mother's brother, was an officer, held all kinds of offices in Ogons. My father was an Ogons fireman. So, of course, I now lived in Glenside. So the thing to do was I joined Glenside. And when Glenside and Ogons would get dispatched together. So if there was a family gathering, a family dinner, we were all gone, because my grandfather at age 65 or 70 was still a member at Weldon. So if Weldon, Ogons, and Glenside got dispatched, the whole dinner table emptied, and there it went.
Steve ever become a firefighter?
No, Steve hasn't. Steve did not. My girls did not. I think they saw there was a lot of hardship coming through. There was a lot of missed meals, and I'm sure it was very difficult on my wife, Linda. I missed a lot of things. I mean, I can remember on my son's first birthday being sent to a Wawa to pick up paper plates and not coming back because I heard the siren blowing, and I went to the firehouse, and it turned out to be a high-rise fire at Cedarbrook Hill Apartments. It was coming out the 9th floor. We didn't have cell phones in those days. Now my wife's wondering where the hell I am. I had to find a phone inside an apartment, call home, and say, I'm not coming home for a while. Meanwhile, she's got the whole family coming over for my son's first or second birthday. Happens.
You're like the fourth person that sat there and had not a revelation, but a little homage to their significant other that, It
was hard.
And I guess pressure makes diamonds, and that's why all those people that have told these stories are still married and been married a long time.
I'm 42 years with this woman who has had every right to take off over the last 42 years and probably could give you a handful of reasons. But you know what? She supports the fire service big time. It just wasn't that convenient for her.
Right.
So,
it's the nature of the business.
Yeah, it's just the nature of it. And, she travels with me. Many times she travels with me and listens to me say the same thing that I said in this fire company over at this fire. But the reason she travels with me is because she knows I'm coming home at midnight, and she wants to travel with me to keep me awake on the way home.
Right, and I imagine she's in the truck a lot, and you're on the phone.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Because you're on the phone a lot.
I'm on the phone a tremendous amount. I could be on the phone less if I was less social. But when someone like you calls, that's all that's important to me right now is Mark Hopkins called me about something, and my time is now dedicated to him. I don't care what happens around me. Same goes for every fire chief that calls me. And I guess because we run this party in June. This year it's June the 3rd. We get 375, 400 people come to this party. Started out as a couple of hamburgers behind the office with 40, 50 people. Now it's an event. My daughter Amy starts planning it in December at the Christmas table. When all the dishes are cleaned up, she starts to plan this party. And she spares no expense. It's like putting on a wedding. I mean, we charter a pirate ship. This year's theme is Disco Inferno. So those of us that remember the 70s, it will be exciting, and the music will be great. We rented a giant disco dome and dance stage, inflatable, for the street. We close the street off. My chief gets me a permit. We close that road off. It's an incredible party, and it goes on for 6-8 hours, all at our expense, just to say thanks. So I hope you can make it, Mark, and I hope your people can make it.
Well, I'll try and get somebody down there. I didn't have such a good time with disco the first time. I don't think it'll be better this time.
Yeah, I hear you.
But no, that sounds like a great theme.
Yeah,
Disco Inferno and pirate ship.
Yeah, well, last year we did the Wild Wild West. We even had a mechanical bull. I had a shooting gallery. One year we did Gilligan's Island. Every year's a theme.
Did you ride the bull?
I rode the bull. It was an ugly sight. And I did not last very long on that bull. But those that were there to witness me on that bull can say he gave it his best.
Is there video?
Oh, absolutely. There's pictures of it, probably even on our website. I don't know. The GIA911.com.
That would be something to see.
Yeah.
Everybody should have video of everybody they know on a mechanical bull.
Oh, it was incredible. We were all on it. We had a blast. I had my grandkids there. There were 4 of them. It was awesome. So,
no, well, Anything else you want to say?
No, I appreciate this opportunity.
Maybe we'll have you come back.
I would love to come back. It humbles me to be here. Thank you.
That'd be great. Well, thanks. Thanks
Okay.
for coming. Okay.
Is that it?
That's it.
All right.
Do you know that's the oddest feeling, to be talking and not hearing yourself talk?
Yeah.
I thought to myself, am I deaf, or are these things not turned on, or what's
Yeah.
the deal? But that's how it is. I've never done this
It
before.
kind of helps
so.
you focus, though.
It does. There was two things. I was focusing on your face so that I wouldn't get too sidetracked. Because I can get sidetracked, as you well know. Nobody knows, And the other thing I was focusing on was not only your face, but there was a ton of birds out under that tree.
Right.
And they were the two things that I thought to myself, if I could stay focused on these things, I can stay focused on what I'm saying, because I'll start here and go all the way over here and go over there and come back.
Well, I love the fact that anybody that listens to that is going to wonder, so you're going to say something about that thing that happened to us, the Jim Kane story.
Yes.